The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. Caught quickly. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
A completion sets up a second down play. Press coverage now from these DBs. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Fires it to the wideout. He's got it for a big gain. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Oh, it's tipped to the line and intercepted. Look out, he's got some space. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, the defense could not have written a better script than this. First drive of the game, not only do you come up with a pick, but you spot your offense 6 points right away. I wouldn't be surprised if they tell their offense, just sit back and take it easy, fellas.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
The game makes it second and medium. Here comes a handoff. Fights through the tackler. That's good for first down yardage. They'll spot it at the 37.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Breaks into the clear. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Chris, how about that? A quick slant that goes for this many yards and a touchdown. That's what's so dangerous about this quarterback and wide receiver. Quarterback puts the ball right on the money, and by doing so, look at the receiver. Catches it in stride and has all that room to run after the catch for that touchdown.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Ball handed off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So second and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Buckeyes looking to keep this drive moving.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, and no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Kick bounces out of the back to the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Bringing pressure. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Looking to pass here on second down. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. And that's a solid return after the interception.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
The offense starts with excellent field position. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First and goal, handoff. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
You know, where the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. He hands it off from the gun. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense.
He's looking deep here. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Just give this guy the ball and let him do the rest. The quarterback does a nice job of just putting the ball in the receiver's hands, and then he uses his legs with the run after the catch for the touchdown.
The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Each offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Setting the back in motion. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap and turns it around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction where they want to run the ball. So if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it from the gun. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers. But we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Fights off a defender. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. 4th down, looking to throw for it. He'll take a deep shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is what having an accurate quarterback is so important. 4th down, critical situation. He puts that ball right on his receiver. What I love to see is he not only picks up that 1st down, but he's got the speed and the awareness to take it to the end zone for the touchdown.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Oh, the sack is made there by the freshman.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
They go backwards on 1st down, so it's 2nd and long from the 19. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Running back grabs it on the screen. They bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the 1st down.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff here from the shotgun. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Nobody open downfield, he just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Tackled across midfield at the 48, good enough for a first down. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Second down play coming up. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And they heave it deep downfield. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. And he's got some open field ahead. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. He's going to hand this off. And he's brought down, but hold on, there's a flag on the play. Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The completion makes it second down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And is intercepted. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Boy, the quarterback looks drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. What did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first.
Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Irish. This offense cannot be stopped. The offense stretching the lead, building momentum, Kirk, and if this defense isn't careful, this one could get ugly.
Right now, this is just flawless execution in every phase for this offense. Doing a great job of mixing in their calls. Right now, widening that lead and killing the will with their opponent.
And the point after is right down the middle. 21. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And they'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. He's moving out of the pocket. Extending the play now. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield. But the defense does their job. They've got everybody covered. But I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the first down.
Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Now the important point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now they get set to kick it away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Time is running out before halftime to cut into this now 2-possession lead. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Boy, really nice job by this defense. Not only do they pressure the quarterback and get after him, but I don't think they tipped their hand with their coverage. They actually waited to the last possible second to bracket this receiver, and it almost paid off for an interception.
A tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And looking for a big play here. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. He didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. He's got some room. Can he get there? He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
Notre Dame, 21.
Returner decides to fair catch this. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show in a...
He'll take a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. No stopping him, takes it all the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the extra point goes up and good. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime.
28.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Caught behind the line. It's Lacey. But the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
On the run here, lets it go. Finds his target. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. The pocket breaking down. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, this quarterback's having one of those games you just dreamed about. A lot of yards and a lot of touchdown passes. And in fact, he had open receivers again for another big play. The defense finally got pressure on him. Or I think it would have been potentially another touchdown.
They look to throw it here on second down. And this time it's complete. Stopped right near midfield. It'll be a first down. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And he'll be brought down as time runs out here in the first half. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Notre Dame, 28.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job of the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They get the second half started with their running play. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from the first down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on second inches.
Takes it out to the 44. That's good for a first down. When this offense continues to roll, we wondered would this defense come up with some answers at halftime. Not on that play.
Now they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence really as this game goes on.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback making some changes at the line. And the wideout goes in motion. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking to scramble now. Breaks loose at the 40. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself. Picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
The Buckeyes pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Stiff arms the man. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
But here's the first play to start this second half, and it's really more the same of what we saw in the first half. Really no need to make drastic changes. What you were doing in that first half gave you the lead. Just keep working on it.
The Buckeyes will have 1st and 10 here. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. So after a solid gain on the ground, they go back to the passing game, but give up the sack that time.
Boy, what a big difference, Chris, between the run blocking we saw in the previous play where they got big yards, and here in pass pro, they just get overwhelmed by this defense. Great job of applying the pressure to bring that quarterback down for the sack. Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Working for the tight end, and it's caught.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the postseason and the playoff, working with the lead. It comes down to a 3rd down. They do their job, convert. And now they keep working that clock and getting so much closer to advancing to the next round.
1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's into the end zone, but there is a marker on the play. Let's check that out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. The pass rush closing in. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
If you're going to throw the ball this close to your own goal line, you got to go to the quick game to get the ball out fast to give your quarterback a chance. Otherwise, consider running the football. Something different from sitting back and holding the ball and giving the defense a chance to come up with a big sack.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
How about this defense? That is called bending but not breaking. Back-to-back sacks. What a great job of not giving in and giving up on this drive. Now they've got him to 4th down and goal.
Long enough and good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Now, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Notre Dame offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And the offense trots back out on the field again. It's an option look. Pitch play to the back. And tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Second down after that previous play. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 30 now. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the route is on. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ball game.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the coverage team able to bring him down. Notre Dame offense back out on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Let's it fly out of the wideout. And he's got his man open downfield. Moves his way for a first down to the 35. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. And looking to throw now on first down. He's running out of time here. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
That takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Finds his man. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. 3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to throw it deep. There's another interception. We're losing track. Going the other way. Can they catch him? And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. The back's got it.